I'm sure you've heard of the saying, I'm feeling sick to my stomach. But why do we say that? Hi, welcome to Breathwork 614's channel. I'm Tiffany Berger. I'm the owner of Breathwork 614. I'm a well-being life coach and a breathworker. If you visited the channel before, you've seen myself, you've seen my children, you might have even seen my dog Teddy. I'm an entrepreneur, a mom to 3, a wife. I wear all the hats, do all the things, and I do it with joy and passion. But I wasn't always like this. In my previous profession, I lived in overwhelm, anxiety, which led to burnout. I thought that I was meant to get up every day, clock in my time card, and just act like a robot and perform. Then breathwork touched my life, and now I have transitioned from perform to be, receive, be, receive. And it is my passion to spread my message with the world so that you can be and you can receive your well-being as well. Let's get started. Today on Connecting Your Dots to Receiving Your Well-Being, I'm guiding you and observing where you feel specific emotions throughout your body. This is key in posturing you in a way so that you may open yourself up to receive your well-being. Each part of your body that I'm going to share with you today houses a positive, strong, creative emotion, and it also houses a negative, weaker, destructive emotion. We consider these emotions positive, creative, and strong because they have a higher vibration on that chart of emotional frequency. And we also consider these weaker, destructive vibrations or emotions destructive because they really prevent us from receiving all of our good. They are destructive to our physiology, creating inflammation, creating tension. Think about it. Stress is tension. We feel that in the body. And really, they create resistance from us receiving our well-being and creating the reality that we desire to live, that empowered living. So, starting from head, working our way down our body, I'd like to begin with the throat. The negative emotion that we begin to experience when our throat starts talking to us right before we start to cry is sadness or grief. The throat talks to us right before we're about to cry. But also a positive, creative emotion that we experience in our throat, also before we're about to cry sometimes, is gratitude. Think about it. Have you ever watched a Pixar or Disney movie and the ending is wrapped up in a nice little bow, and you're watching that and you think, oh my gosh, I'm just so grateful that this has ended this way, or I'm so grateful to be a part of this and that I've witnessed this? What happens? Your throat talks to you. So when you feel your throat talking to you, possibly you're about to cry, or maybe you feel like there's something rising, check in with your body, check in with your thoughts, and discern, are these positive thoughts, positive emotions filled with gratitude, or are they negative, destructive emotions filled with sadness or grief? Moving down the body, we're going to move right down to our stomach. The stomach houses excitement, but also fear. So let's think about this. When we say I'm feeling sick to my stomach, nauseous, that's a fear symptom. Or when we have butterflies in our stomach and we're filled with excitement and exhilaration, that's positive, that's creative. So if your stomach's ever talking to you, just think about, where are my thoughts? Are these positive thoughts, creative thoughts, or are these negative, fear-based thoughts? All right, next up, our hands. Our hands are meant for holding. Hands can be for grasping. Often we hold anger in our hands. We're trying to grasp, we're trying to force, trying to control. At the same time, we could also be holding positively determination in our hands. I like to explain to clients, think about a DIY project or a home improvement project. Your body's in it full force, your hands are in it, you're holding, you're tweaking. Determination, positive, anger, the negative. Also, when thinking about our hands, when we withhold, whether we withhold information from another or we withhold from living out our most authentic self, living out our soul's curriculum, that can be held in the hands too, which ultimately leads to anger. So moving down the body a little bit further, I want to talk about a whole body emotionality, which is guilt and shame. It is one of the lowest, emotionality on that chart of emotional frequency. So guilt and shame can be felt throughout the whole body. If you think about it, when you're feeling guilty for something, what is your posture like? What's your demeanor? Well, you're probably not giving eye contact. You're probably looking away more. Or in fact, you might be looking down more, have a slouched posture, definitely not displaying the confidence that comes with that sense of innocence, that sense of purity. So guilt and shame would be on the side of lower vibrational, weaker, destructive emotionality, whereas innocence would be positive, more open to receive that creative, stronger vibrational pattern. And then I also want to share with you, let's talk about pain. When we experience stress, it manifests throughout our body. We feel it in our shoulders. They become tight. Our neck begins to hurt. You might observe some pain in your back from time to time, and just through other areas throughout your body. But pain would obviously be negative. It's destructive. It's our body's way of telling us there's a thought up here that's not serving us, or a pattern that we need to transform. But we can use that pain for enlightenment. When your body is speaking to you, when you're experiencing its way of talking to you, or experiencing something throughout your body, know that that can be used for enlightenment. It wants to teach you something. It's usually a wonderful time to bring about transformation. So when you're experiencing that pain throughout your body, know that it's a wonderful time to invite transformation and expansion into the body. So now I would like to touch upon some other patterns that we humans all participate in, but can really either be positive and serve us, or are more disserving and tend to be more negative and destructive and prevent us from receiving our well-being. So let's talk about lying. We might be lying to ourselves. We might be lying to those around us, those that we're in relationship with, but ultimately lying leads to contraction. Often in the body, it looks like we get smaller, we're tight. We might not be living out our purpose, our true self. We might be in a job that doesn't serve us, that we don't love. We might be in a relationship where we feel stuck, that we can't transform. But either way, that lying leads to contraction. It ultimately leads to resistance, not open up to receiving your well-being. Certain negative emotions aren't good, right? That really prevents us from receiving our well-being. So lying, contraction, resistance, think small. Opposite of that, more positively, more creatively, let's talk about the truth. The truth leads to expansion. We're open, we're confident. Going back, thinking about that guilt and shame versus innocence. We have that confidence. We're postured and positioned in a way to receive that well-being. Expectation, that's another pattern that we all participate in. We think that, we're planning a vacation, it's going to go like this, and then we're going to do that and that, or maybe even our day. I have a plan for how my day is going to go, and, I say it like this and that and this way. And then what happens? None of it goes the way that we've planned. So how does that leave us feeling? Defeated. We feel defeated. We feel like life isn't for us. Life is against us. It leaves us in resistance, right? That resistance mode. So expectation, I tend to describe as a straitjacket. It puts us in a box. It puts God, higher power, spirit, whatever the word you call for that connection, your spirituality, in a box. And that's not how our wonderful Creator performs. That's not how life is meant to flow. It's not always in a box, not rigid. So in contrast, I want you to think about expectancy. So a positive mindset, a way to transform that expectation in a box living can be transitioned to thinking about expectancy. It invites flow in. So I have an expectancy that I'm going to flow throughout my day, or I'm going to be held throughout my day, or my expectancy is that I can enjoy this vacation, whether I participate in X, Y, and Z, right? Because it really starts with us. It's our perception of that. So that's it for today on connecting the dots to your well-being. Know that your body holds emotions, and emotions manifest and can be felt in the body. There's a felt sense. Let those parts of your body guide you in determining the type of emotion you're experiencing. And then discern, is this positive? Is this filled with a positive thought? Or is this a negative feeling that doesn't leave me feeling good in my body, that's filled with a negative thought? If it's negative, there's some resistance there, not opening you up, posturing you in a way to receive your well-being. If there is positivity and it's backed by positive thoughts, positive emotions, and a good felt sense in the body, then you know you're in a place to receive your well-being. So thank you for listening in today, and really allow your body to guide you in receiving your well-being. Breathe love.